Hey guys, I hope you had a fantastic time over the holidays. Just before Christmas, I talked about the Xbox Series X, which is scheduled to be released at the end of 2020. Now, the top model for the Xbox Series X will apparently offer 12 teraflops of GPU power. But over the last few days, we've seen some rumours coming out about the Sony PlayStation 5, and the rumoured specs are that the PS5 will offer 9.2 teraflops of power. Now, that's quite surprising. The Xbox One X is more powerful than the PS4 Pro, but over the years, the PlayStation range has normally been more powerful than the Xbox range. The PlayStation 4 was more powerful than Xbox One. The PlayStation 3 was more powerful than the Xbox 360. So it's a little bit of a surprise that the Xbox Series X is going to be more powerful than the PlayStation 5. Now, if I jump over to the browser, I can show you the article that most people are talking about. Obviously, there's a lot of websites talking about this. And this is Eurogamer. I'll leave a link to this article so you can check it out. But you can see the rumored specs here. The PlayStation 5, unconfirmed specs. The CPU will have 8 Zen 2 cores. The clock speed's undisclosed. It will have 36 custom Navi compute units at 2000 megahertz for the GPU. And for memory, it's got GDDR6 at 448 gigabytes per second. And then you can see the comparison between the PlayStation 4 Pro and the PlayStation 4. And you can see it tells you here somewhere, there it's there. This would give us 9.2 teraflops GPU for the PlayStation 5. And then we've got the specifications for the Xbox Series X. And there's two models for this rumoured at this point. 56 custom Navi compute units at 1700 megahertz and GDDR6 at 560 gigabytes per second. Now, I'll leave a link to this article that goes into detail about what the specifications are, etc. But again, these are all rumours at this point. We might see that Sony will, change direction. They maybe decide to throw more power into the machine. We don't know. Maybe they'll offer a base model and an advanced model, just like Microsoft are rumoured to do with the Xbox Series X. But if we take this at face value, then in the next generation, the Xbox range will be more powerful than the Sony PlayStation range. So what does that mean? Well, in my opinion, I don't think it means anything. I really don't think it means anything. This is something that comes along every time a new generation of consoles come along. We've been seeing this since forever, since the 70s, since the 80s. When I was growing up, it was the bit wars, 8-bit, 16-bit, 32, 62, 64-bit, etc. It was always about bits, and here they're talking about teraflops. But I think that, for me anyway, I don't think that computing power, it never tells you the full story. Now, I had the PlayStation 2, 3, and 4, but my friends had the Xbox 360, and the Xbox One. So I've played through, throughout the years, I've played on both consoles. And yes, there's certain exclusives. Certain people are saying that the exclusives are better in the PlayStation 4, etc. But I would argue that in the Xbox One, the Game Pass, etc. is better. Personally, I think there's not really much between them. If you go back generations, I don't think the PlayStation 3 was infinitely better than the Xbox 360. Certainly when you played the games side by side, there might have been minor differences with the graphics, but really it's all about gameplay. So if the Xbox Series X is more powerful than the PlayStation 5, then what I would say is don't let that be your major factor as to which console to buy. Specifications are only part of the picture. You really do have to look at other things as well, as far as online play, Game Pass, the games that are exclusive to the system, and a host of other things. So it is good looking at these specifications and getting an idea of what gaming could be 12 months from now. But I think that even if these specifications, these rumoured specifications are accurate, it wouldn't put me off buying a PlayStation 5 if the computing power is less. I don't think that's a major reason to not buy a PlayStation 5 or not buy an Xbox Series X. It is part of the picture, and to a certain extent, it is relevant. Of course, the Nintendo Switch, for example, the Nintendo Switch is not as powerful as a gaming laptop or the PS4 and all that. But I think that in the grand scale of things, there's not going to be a massive difference as far as computing power goes. And I strongly believe that if a developer is developing a game for both platforms, which most gaming companies will, then I don't think you're going to see a major difference between both of those games, between the platforms. But let me know what you think about it. Check out this article, read it in full. Let me know what you think about it, and I'll speak to you all in the next one. Take care.